Hello, this is Reverend Ken Wilcox at the Center for Spiritual Living here in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. Although today it's kind of a rainy day. I wanted to come to you and talk a little bit. You may have noticed that the past week or so I haven't been putting out very many videos, and for a very good reason. I had something of a technology catastrophe happen. Last Monday, I found out that my Facebook account had been hacked, and not only did they hack the Facebook account, but they were able to get my phone address book from Facebook, and scammers were calling people in my contact list and from using my telephone number. Also, on Monday, my beloved Apple computer died. So that meant that last week I had to deal with three major corporations here in the States: Facebook, Verizon Telephone, that's my phone system, and Apple computers. It didn't get off to a good start when I tried reaching out to Facebook. I don't know if you've ever had a problem with Facebook, but it's impossible to reach a human. You know, we look for evidence that there are aliens among us. Well, I think Facebook is proof that aliens are here with us, and they are all working at Facebook because evidently these people have no interest in human contact. I would just as soon go to Easter Island and try to get one of the statues on Easter Island to communicate with me as to try to communicate with Facebook. They were of no help, and I never got anybody to respond to me. So then I reached out to Verizon Telephone because, as I said, they were using my number to call people in my address book trying to scam them. Well, fortunately, within about 45 minutes or so, I was able to get to a person on Verizon. She seemed to be about a person of my age, and we talked for a good 40 minutes or so, and she tried her best to help me. But unfortunately, there's just nothing Verizon was able to do. So I could have let my frustration boil up, and having to spend several hours with Facebook, I had a lot of frustrations. But in the end, I just was grateful that she had tried. And that's all any of us can ever do is try. Now, the third company was Apple. I made an appointment to get my laptop up to Apple, their center. I got in at the appointed time. They had Apple Genius, is what they call their people. He was right there. His name was Ace, and he worked for the next 2.5 hours on my computer. Now, actually, it ended up that we had to send the computer off, but he was such a nice guy that I didn't mind at all because I could clearly see that he had tried his best to get every bit of help to me possible. So here's the thing. Which of those three experiences do I give energy to? Which of them do I hold closest to my consciousness? Because you see, I can take the Facebook experience and I can give energy to that, and that energy will happily link up to the turmoil that's going over in Ukraine and reproduce for me all kinds of calamity in my life. Or I can take the compassion from Verizon and understand that there are some people who are doing the best they can and realize that a lot of times that's exactly what I'm doing. And then I can look to Apple, this very advanced industry that has very likable people who are using the very best of technology to deal with the modern complexities of the world. And isn't that what we're striving to do? You know, I think it's interesting because talking about or thinking about what's going on in Ukraine right now, the Dalai Lama has said this is the last of these types of wars. That this is actually a war that's from the last century. That in the coming century, we're not going to have these types of wars or conflicts again because our technology will allow us to circumvent these kind of old forces of aggression. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. I'm kind of really amazed at how the Ukrainians have been using innovation to deal with the aggression coming from the Russians. I'm told that they are offering the Russian soldiers $40,000 if they will just drop their weapons and join their side. Now you have to understand that most Russian soldiers are conscript, and $40,000 may be more money than they've ever seen. I'm also told that when the Ukrainians capture a Russian soldier, and if he has a cell phone on him, that they make him call his mom or his wife, and they tell them, you can come here and you can get your son or husband, but you have to come. They're using technology in innovative ways that Mr. Putin has never conceived. And I think they are using it to overcome a great evil. Now, we can send our hopes and prayers to them, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I pray to see the Ukrainian people protected, to see the mother and children protected. But we also want to do more than that. I'm also holding in consciousness to see the Russian soldiers just dropping their weapons, getting out of their tanks, getting out of their armored vehicles, and going back home. They don't know why they've come to Ukraine in the first place, and they can just walk away from it. I'm also envisioning the Russian women rising up and saying, we've had enough of this. We don't need to send our boys and our men to another nation to wreak havoc, to cause us damage from karma in years to come. I know that we are moving through this period so a better day can dawn for us. And I envision that greater day to be one where we have linked our technology with our best instincts, to live together in peace and harmony. I believe this is what God has called us to do, to be a better human race, a place where sisterhood and brotherhood reigns over us, and that we live together knowing the best for one another. It's what God has called us to do, and I believe and pray we're up to the task. This is the truth in my life today. It's the truth in yours. And so it is.
Satisfy my soul. Let the new day begin. Let the